Another one is wind, which again has had a lot of government support. And the final one is solar thermal, which is solar hot water.
So a key message from this research is that government can provide a context for innovation and scaling innovation, getting innovations to roll out. And you've mapped out how that works. Have you gone into some detail about that, and maybe what the barriers are to government leadership on this, or is that other work that you do?
Well, that's a political issue. I mean, really, government has to say this is the framework in which you can operate and keep that reasonably stable, and then industry will respond. Right. Industry is highly pragmatic. There's a lot of research already done in this area.
What evidence is there to show that government can try to shape this market without posing terrible costs on industry and putting people out of work?
Well, there's been a lot of economic modelling done of the costs associated with greenhouse gas regulation. And Australia is, of course, as you know, one of the most greenhouse gas intense countries in the world. We have an energy sector that is entirely dominated by the most polluting single source of plant in the world, namely coal-fired power stations. Right. Even in this country, the cost of significant emission reductions is very small. A fraction of 1% off each year. And that doesn't take into account the new industries that will be created. Right. Because all of these industries are essential for our way of life. They have to be replaced. They can be replaced. They just have to be, the gap has to be bridged. Right. Economic Policy Institute in Washington, D.C., which at a time when there was a great deal of discussion about the cost of pollution control, they did an analysis of the before and after costs. So the estimate that was provided by industry groups or particular firms.
Of the cost to their own industries of regulation.
Of what the cost would be to that industry of the regulation. And then they analysed afterwards, so this was all regulation introduced sometime before the paper, what the actual costs were. And without exception, they found the costs were at least half, in many cases, in fact, hundreds of percents.
At least half. I see. So it wasn't. These estimates of costs don't anticipate the ability to innovate, because you can't do that. I mean, these are new ideas because how are we going to cope with the new regulations and still be profitable? Would that be the conclusion from that paper?
I think that's right. But also, you just find new opportunities. So in a relatively small number of cases, something that was treated as a waste product is found to actually be a profitable byproduct.
Right, I see. Great. Well, thanks for your time today, and thanks for speaking at the APABIS conference here at Griffith Business School.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks.